Hariom children. In measures of time, in the previous classes, we learned how to read the time in the clock. We learned the exact time, that is 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and we also learned how to read half past. Okay, so we learned how many numbers are there in a clock, children. We can find 12 numbers in the clock. So 12 on the top, 6, 3 and 9. In between 1, 2, 4, 5, 7, 8, 10 and 11. The distance between each number should be the same. Okay, each number between 12 and 1 and 2, the distance should be the same. Okay, and we learned there are two hands in a clock. One is the short hand and other is the long hand. Short hand tells us the hour and long hand tells us the minute. If the long hand is at 12 and short hand is at 4, so what is the time? It is 4 o'clock. Whenever the long hand is at 12, it is o'clock, and the short hand at 4, so it means it is 4 o'clock. Okay, so and we also learned half past. In half past, we should remember the long hand is always at 6. Okay, in half past, and if the short hand is between 2 and 3, the time is half past 2. Okay, so it is between 2 and 3 and it has not yet reached 3. So it is half past 2. What is the time now? It is half past 2. Okay, so we learned there are 12 numbers in the clock and we have two hands. One is the short hand and the long hand. In 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock, always the long hand will be at 12. And in half past, always the long hand faces 6. Okay, now in page number 140, draw the hour hand and the minute hand on the clock face to show the given time. So we have to draw the hands to the given time. Okay, so look at the first one. It is 8 o'clock. It is 8 o'clock. So if it is o'clock, where will the long hand be? The long hand faces 12 and it is 8 o'clock. So the short hand will be at 8. Okay, the short hand will be at 8. Draw neatly, children. In 8 o'clock, the long hand will be at 12 and the short hand is at 8. It means the time is 8 o'clock. Draw the hands neatly. Look at the second one. It is 6 o'clock. So what is the time? It is 6 o'clock. So again in 6 o'clock, the long hand will be at 12. Okay, so the long hand will be at 12 and short hand should be at 6. Okay, long hand at 12 and short hand at 6 makes 6 o'clock. So what is the time now? It is 6 o'clock. Long hand is at 12 and short hand is at 6. So the time is 12 o'clock. Okay, next it is 5 o'clock. So how to draw the hands? If it is 5 o'clock, the long hand should be at 12 and short hand should be at 5. Okay. So the third one, it is 5 o'clock. 5 o'clock, the long hand at 12 and short hand should be at 5. So what is the time now? It is 5 o'clock. Where is the short hand? Short hand is at 5. So it means it is 5 o'clock. The long hand is at 12. It is 5 o'clock. Okay. Next, it is 2 o'clock. So where should the short hand be? Short hand should be at 2. Long hand at 12 makes 12 o'clock. Sorry, 2 o'clock. 2 o'clock. So long hand should be at 12 and and shorthand at 2, it is 2 o'clock. Shorthand at 2, longhand at 12 makes 2 o'clock. Okay. Next one, it is 11 o'clock. So for 11 o'clock, where should the shorthand be? Shorthand at 11 and longhand at 12, it is 11 o'clock. What is the time shown in the clock here? It is 11 o'clock. Shorthand is at 11 and longhand is at 12. The time is 11 o'clock. Okay. Next, the sixth one, it is 9:30. So we learned if it is 9:30, where should the longhand be? The longhand should be at 6. Okay. So in 9:30, we have to draw the longhand at 6. Okay. So if the longhand is at 6, it is 9:30. What is the question? 9:30. 9:30. So the shorthand should be after 9, between 9 and 10. Okay. So in 9:30, first we should draw the longhand at 6 and it is 9:30. So it should be 9 and 10. The shorthand should be between 9 and 10. Okay. Look here. The longhand is at 6 and shorthand between 9 and 10. What is the time now? It is 9:30. Okay. Next question. It is 6:30. So 9:30 we know the the longhand should be at 6. Okay. And it is 6:30. So if it is 6, the shorthand should be between 6 and 7. Longhand at 6 and shorthand between 6 and 7. The time is 6:30. What is the time here? It is 6:30. Okay. The next question is 3:30. So in 3:30, longhand at 6 and it is 3:30. So the shorthand should be between 3 and 4. The shorthand between 3 and 4. So the time is 3:30. What is the time here? It is 3:30 is the time here. Okay. Next is 12:30. Okay. 12:30. So if it is 12:30, longhand at 6 and it is 12:30. So it should be between 12 and 1. It should be between 12 and 1. Shorthand between 12 and 1. So the time is 12:30. So what is the time here? It is 12:30. Understand this, children? In 12:30, always the longhand faces 6. Okay. If it is 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock, it is the longhand faces 12. The longhand will be at 12. If it is at 6, it is 12:30. If the longhand is at 12, it means o'clock. If it is 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, the longhand will be at 12. If it is at 6, it is 12:30. Understood this, children? Hurry up.